ooh, like LeBron, though, or like Lonzo, ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah, they love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me, I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do, baby, please, think it through, drink it up, enjoy the view, MVP, got my crew, Nike, on my shoes, might be sipping booze, slightly feeling loose, if I want it, then I have it, got an ice wrist, causing damage, just like I planned it, I'll be damn rich, have a chef in the back, make a sandwich, oh she got it all, I just want it all, baby we could ball, you just gotta fall, I could be your man, and paying for your tan, and I'm your biggest fan, and you said this your jam, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm living up life like a baller, I'm living like white, like I'm Walter. She always told me I never call her. Oh yeah, I'm living this life like I roll up in a coupe, up in a Chevy. I'ma hit it in the back if she let me. And take your time, baby, getting ready. I want you looking fine or looking sexy. Yeah, I be turning up. Got no ID, but she cute as fuck. So I told her she could kick it, but I said she couldn't touch. Now all she wants to do is kiss and hug. I could go all day, I'ma do my thing. I'ma stay ballin', like it's my driveway. I'ma go all in, party like Friday. I'ma take this day, turn it to my day. Oh, she love me, sipping bubbly, champagne, cocaine.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back. I'm the FPL Penguin, back again with another stream for you all. In today's stream, we're talking about Gameweek27, also how we got on in Gameweek26, and also answering your questions too. And I hope you're all doing well. But I'm not alone. Once again, no, I'm not alone. This time I'm joined by making his debut. He's making his debut on the FPL Penguin show. It's Steffi. How you doing, Steffi?
Oh, sorry, my internet's a bit bad. Hello, good evening to everyone. I'm doing alright. Thank you for having me.
Cool. Hopefully you might be joined by Benji or other people, or other guests soon. But great to have you on, Steffi. It really is. And we've got a few people in chat in the minute watching. We've got Dylan. We've got Kobe. How you doing, guys? Kobe, we'll get to your question in a few minutes' time when we get to Game Week 27, that part of the stream. But first off, Steffi, how did you get on in Game Week 26, mate?
Oh, you know what? I feel like it's a bit of a mixed bag. I finished on 88 points, which is solid, but I feel like this week everyone's been a bit underwhelmed, except maybe for the manager of the week. I think he's the only guy who actually felt happy at the end of this game week. So yeah, only like a small 35k arrow, but yeah, a captain blank from DCL, which is amazing. And yeah, that's the highlight of my week. And Barnes' injury, of course.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of people brought Barnes in. Yeah, a lot of people brought Barnes in this week just gone. I mean, very unlucky for the lad. I mean, also looking at Leicester now, losing their two key players now for the last couple of weeks of the season now, Maddison and Barnes. I mean, how do you think that's going to affect them, Steffi, losing both of them?
The thing is, I feel this is like pretty much a scenario, a replay from last season where Leicester were pretty much destined to be in the top four, and then again injuries just spattered them completely and they fell out of that top four. So I feel like that could easily happen this season. Depends how many players. I think Fofana could be back. He's back in training, so if he comes back, that would be a massive bonus for them. Just to have, if at least they're a bit numbed in that attack, I feel like at least they have some like stability in the defense. So I don't know. Hopefully they could stay in the top four. I feel like they can stay in the top four. Battle for the top four.
Yeah, I think so too. But such a huge blow, seeing those two out. I don't know how Vardy's going to cope without those two behind him supplying with some good passes and good attacking threat. But this is how I got on, guys. I've got two red players at the minute, De Gea and Barnes. Noah Henderson played in that game against Crystal Palace, so this is how I got on. I did very, very well. Did alright, but I got a red hour still. Took a -8. And yes, I was one of them that joined Mr. Inject Booner, and it paid off, so we were all over Twitter injecting. But 9 points from De Gea, Stones and Diaz doing well. Was against West Ham, getting a goal each. Absolutely over the moon with that. 12 points and 10 points from those two. 1 point from Alioski, got Son with 14. Barnes with only 1 point, only played one of the 2 games. Salah with 5. Questions how long I'm going to keep this guy. A bit of an overrated price tag for him in FPL, but how I'm going to, what my thoughts are, I'll get to that soon. Rafinha with 2 points. Traore with 5. Bamford with 2, and DCL, who I put as captain, I was very, very disappointed with that he blanked against Southampton and West Brom. I thought he'd really do well against these 2 teams, especially West Brom, but he blanked. It was all about Richarlison this week for Everton. Bench-wise, I had Pope on the bench with 4, Antonio 6, Dyer, who didn't get any points at all by the looks of it, and Cresswell with 1 point. So, pretty lousy week. I think I've had a 200k red arrow, back to 1.8 million. But yeah, I'm a bit gutted. So that's it really. So if we have a look at some people in chat, some more people joining. Honest FPL, Ninad, Nathan Price. How you're doing? Because I didn't captain Lloris, I missed out on 100 points. Wow. Got Jota in for Barnes this week. We'll get straight to 27 in a minute. Keep sending your questions in, guys. You gave me 27 questions. Honest FPL, hey Penguin, how's it going? How you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream. Nathan, hey Penguin, mate. How you doing, Nathan? Dylan saying, Penguin, remember... Oh, God. Penguin, remember what I said about DCL captain the deadline stream? I said he wouldn't play good versus bad teams. Like the new short intermission screen. But thanks, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I'll tell you something. I was really baffled with DCL. Who was your captain again? Steffi?
My captain was DCL.
DCL.
I captained him for all of the reasons that you said. Honestly, I feel like he was the player that was supposed to step up this week, and it was Richarlison.
Yeah,
not good for us, not the ideal, but
yeah, this season's just been a real roller coaster. It's been one of them that's been like, there's been so many, I don't know, to piss us all off. There's like Richarlison scoring over DCL. I mean, Salah's been crap, as we know. He's not been the player he was from last season or the season before. Since he's been at Liverpool, I don't know, but you're a Chelsea fan, if I'm correct, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, well, before we get into 27, you got a big win against us. I mean, what do you think of Chelsea versus Liverpool, the game? How do you think about tactics?
Liverpool suck.
Yeah.
Benji. I feel like I think it went pretty much as everyone expected, but I generally did not expect Liverpool to be that toothless. I thought that Chelsea will... In the first half, I thought Liverpool would attack Chelsea more, but for my surprise and my delight, Chelsea were actually the ones who attacked completely all the games. So at the end of the day, yeah, Liverpool were quite toothless, and now it's a bit worrying, because even when Salah came off in the 60th minute, that was like everyone. I feel like I was like shocked, and he was pissed off, and then I think that pretty much summed up the energy at the club. Alisson.
Steffi?
Steffi?
He's gone like Dre was on the other day.
He's cut out. He's gone.
Oh, he did say his internet was a bit bad at the minute. But Benji, how you doing? Well, wait for Steph to get. How you doing, Benji?
I don't know why I put myself through this, but I'm here again to talk about my terrible week and let you know that I hate FPL and I want this season to end as fast as possible.
I'm the same, mate. I'm the same. How did, if I dare ask, how did your week go in 26?
I mean, I sent you on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. I'll bring it up. Yeah, cool, thank you. Let's have a look at it.
On paper, it looks good, but I'm down 100k. I just can't. It's just another one of those weeks, I'm the biggest loser because I captained Sterling for some random reason. But even then, my other captain choice was Fernandes, and he also blanked. So really didn't matter if I captained Fernandes or Sterling. I still would have been on a red arrow. So I don't know where my points are going to come from. I don't want to get a Spurs player as much as they're getting points right now. I have no motivation for FPL.
I'm the same, mate. If we talk about Spurs players, a lot of people hyping Bale up. He had a fantastic game. Was it against Burnley? The only thing he picked up a yellow card against Fulham. That was a tough game, like I
He was
predicted.
dreadful against Fulham. Dreadful.
Yeah,
Like
the thing
two
is, I just think he's going to be too. I think
against Fulham.
rotational. Sorry, I just think he's going to be too rotational. Bale, I think he's one of them trying to get back into fitness, and I don't know. I think that the best ones obviously are Kane and Son. I think obviously nailed on. Son's a pretty much similar price tag to Bale as well, so I think Bale's just going to be not too heavy rotational, but I think he's going to be one of them where he's watched his minutes and stuff. But fantastic player, deserves to start, and because he's fantastic. But Son and Kane, I think, are the best ones to probably go forward with at the minute. I don't know what you think.
In my plans, I don't see me getting a Spurs player for a while, even though they've got good fixtures coming up. It's crazy. I just don't know how to fit them in. Like, I'm still. I want to get rid of Salah, but there's other things, other players that I want to bring in. Over getting rid of Salah at the moment. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. It's crazy. This week has been absolutely mental, and it's thrown me completely. That's all I can say.
I mean, I'm just looking at Spurs fixtures, and they've got Palace, Arsenal, Villa, Newcastle. I'm like you, Benji. I'm in that sort of frame of mind where I'm not having a great season, and I just want a fresh new season to start. I don't think this pandemic's helped. Now, you probably think everyone's thinking excuses, but I don't know what about you, but this pandemic's really just drained me. I don't know about you. Do you feel
I don't know. Like, FPL this year has been strange.
Yeah.
I've had 2 top 300k bots, and this year, and I've never been in the 1 millions. The only time I've ever been in the 1 millions is like at the start of the season when I've gone a bit slow. But I've never really been this far down, and I'm just thrown for a loop. Like, and I'm taking hits, and then I don't take hits, and I'm still doing bad, and then it's just like, I don't know what to do anymore. It's just like I'm trying to figure out stats. I'm looking at, watching the games, trying to figure it out, and it's just not working for me. I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't know. It's just crazy. This year's thrown me off completely.
It's the same with me. It's just one of those annoying seasons that if I had a quick look back before we head into 27. I just feel that I know I've probably done a lot of transfers, but a lot of transfers not paid off. A lot of hits, should I say? And I'm just gonna have a look at just bring it up now on the screen. This is my history during this season. I've got 64 points at Gameweek 1, and I've just been sloppy. I haven't even the only time I've hit 100 plus points. That was in Gameweek 19. But I've just seen a lot of red arrows. Is what, sorry, Benji?
I was saying, Game Week 19, everybody hit 100, so like it didn't really feel special. And it's just these situations where it's like, oh, I'm supposed to feel good that I've got a 70 pointer or an 80 pointer, and it's just like you look at your ranking like, I've gone down. Right, how's that happened? It's just
So just quickly say, we've got JBT in chat. How you doing, Jay? How you doing, Sam? How you doing, Sanan? Is Jay here? Is that Jay?
Is he in?
I thought it was here. Jay. Jay.
I'm saying him. Does he want to come in?
Jay, feel free to pop in the Discord with me and Benji if you're free, mate, and we'll have a good chat and have a chat about that 0-0 you got against Manchester United too.
Yes.
So pop in, mate. Pop in, Jay. Sorry, Benji. Please do continue what you're saying.
Well, going on that was the highlight of the week. It was the only thing that I really enjoyed. United not winning and being awful. It's the only highlight that I get other than being a City fan and winning all the time. So that's pretty good. But FPL wise, it's awful. So yeah, thank you, Palace. You are.
Hugo. Oh God. He's here. How you doing, Jay? How you doing? God, you must be happy with that 0-0 draw against United.
Yeah, I mean, probably one of the driest games to watch.
Yeah.
But coming out with the point. Yeah, happy
Every
days.
second was beautiful.
Yeah, I guess if you're someone who didn't want Bruno Fernandes to do well, that way, yeah, okay, yeah. Then yeah, watching that was nice. So yeah, I was very happy watching the game.
Cool. Yeah. So how did you get on, Jay, in 26? Did you get a red arrow or green arrow, or how did you get on?
Yeah, it's weird. I just heard that little segment from Benji. It's like, yeah, I got 81 points -4 to 77. Somehow that's a red arrow. Don't know. Please.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a
Tell me
shame,
why.
really, when you get that many points and you're still looking at a red
Yeah.
arrow. It's just absolute piss take.
Exactly.
Disgusting. Right?
I
It's a
mean,
weird one because it's now I've 6 game weeks in a row. I've got above 70 points, but I've like literally stayed in the same place.
Yeah, same.
So I don't really know what's going on.
I literally have had +70s the last 5 weeks. I've had 1 green arrow.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping.
Before-
Well, I've yeah.
Jay, feel free to send us your Gameweek 27 team on Twitter if you want, and I'll.
Got some big plans.
Oof. Right. So we'll go to Benji's first, and then we'll get to mine later on. But we'll just click on Benji's. But yeah, this is should appear on the stream for you in about 10 seconds, Benji. But this is your team. First thing that's coming out at me is a Captain Diaz. Do you want to talk us through your teammate, captains, and everything? Transfers.
This for 27?
Yeah.
Right. So, my plan was always at the start was like not to take too many hits, maybe a -4. I've gone for a -8 because I think I've just lost my head. But before I did it, I did make sure I actually wanted to do it. I did the early transfer. I went Shaw to Maitland-Niles. He's got 2 great fixtures, and I thought he played really well against both Everton and who's their first game? Brighton. Yeah. Sorry, I was getting confused for a second. He played really well. He had I think he had 2 shots on target. And I felt like he played well, and he's playing out of position in FPL. I'm hoping for 2 clean sheets against a terrible Crystal Palace. No offense, I know you just drew against United, but United are just as bad as you.
Zaha comes back this week. Mateta's going to start. Spurs are getting thrashed.
I don't know.
No, we're still shit. We're still shit.
I still think you're pretty bad. But they play against Newcastle and Crystal Palace. If they have any hope of trying to get out of the relegation zone, which I don't think they will, they're going to need to put in performances. So I'm just going to take a punt on Maitland-Niles. I know a fellow Maitland-Niles owner has as well, a late riser. You took a punt.
Wait, you already brought him in, didn't you?
Oh, he's back. Steffi's back.
Brought him in for sure. And the
You've
2 other
taken
transfers
Shaw
I
out,
did.
G.
Yeah, I took Luke Shaw out. He plays City and he plays West Ham, like 2 really hard
But
fixtures.
have you seen not to make you feel, but have you seen United's record against like the bigger teams this season?
Have you seen Manchester City?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Man City, I think completely fair enough, but like, it's been 0-0 galore for Man United against any kind of big side.
I know, but they also lost 1-0 to Arsenal, and we beat them in the cup 2-0 as well. And I genuinely believe we'll beat United, and that but that's another conversation. I took, and then I took Harvey Barnes out, and I chose Saka. Now it was a toss-up between Mason Mount and Saka, and I chose Saka. We'll get on to probably other things later about Chelsea and stuff, but Mason Mount was a big consideration, and he's a big consideration in the future. Dylan will like that. And then I took out Che Adams for Antonio. So I brought in 2 Gameweek 29 players and 1 punt. So I'm basically preparing myself for that 29 fixture.
Okay.
And there you go. What I did.
Yeah, it's good though. So how do you think the knowing that you're a City fan, Benji, how do you think the Manchester derby will go? Do you think it's City's for the win? Do you think they'll keep United out, or because I see you got Bruno on the bench, you think they'll keep Bruno out?
Oh yeah, the guy's not a big game player.
You don't think he'll pop up with a penalty and?
Well, people legitimately try to compare him to Kevin De Bruyne, and I laugh. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's too much hype. Too much hype with him.
he can score against Burnley and Fulham and all that. He gets his penalties and whatever. Yeah. Yes, he's a good FPL asset and he is a good player.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great player. But is he a big game player? No. You don't see him score against the Real Madrids. You don't see him score against the Liverpools. You don't see him score against the big teams in the big games.
Against Palace.
Against Palace. You get what I'm saying? Like, he is a great player, but he still I guess maybe he'll get that when he's in his prime necessarily, because he's technically not in his prime just yet. But yeah, that's what I'm saying is he's not a prime time player. He's not a big game player, so he's definitely on my bench, and he'd be on my bench if he wasn't, because I don't like playing United players when they play City. So,
Maitland-Niles is an interesting one you've got up. He's quite an interesting. I don't know how he's done for West Brom so far this season, like attacking wise. But I think it's destined he's going to get a clean sheet against Newcastle, because Newcastle look a bit sloppy, don't they? So I think I'm predicting West Brom to probably get a win against Newcastle, but. I think I'm just looking at your bench, Benji. That's just like, oh my god, I think looking at Lookman, no pun intended. He's got Liverpool away. You got Dallas on there as well. You got Martinez on there as well. I mean, that's kind of looking like a bit of a bench boost. But I think it's a nice team overall. Nice team.
Didn't you tell me last week to play Bamford and he got a 2?
Oh, okay.
Personal attack.
I feel attacked. Yeah, don't take advice from me because I'm nearly 2 million ranked. So.
I've got.
I was surprised. Benji. I thought Bamford would be a good one against Villa. I'm very surprised he didn't do anything. I mean,
I did place a bet on a 1-0 win for Aston Villa. It got me quite a few pennies, and yeah, so I was pretty happy.
Right, we'll move on now to Jay's team. Just get on to Steffi. You're more than welcome to send me your team, your 27 team through Twitter DMs if you want. I can show it if you want.
Okay, then.
But is your internet okay now, mate?
I don't know. For some reason, like 5 times, the 5th time today, it just blacked out completely. So I don't know what's going on.
Right, Jay, we've got your team on the screen. You're playing your bench boost, and it's a lot of Leeds players. And now you want to talk us through your team? Any transfers as well?
Yeah, so I guess transfer-wise, you can see that massive red mark over Harvey Barnes. So he will be getting gone if I want to be playing this bench boost. So I'm looking at Harvey Barnes to Jay Links. I think that is going to happen.
Sounds good.
Maybe tonight. And he's just 4 returns from 5, smashing it.
Realised Jesse Lingard won't be able to play against United in Gameweek 28. Do you know?
Yeah,
that?
like I'm completely.
Sorry, I was just letting you know if you didn't know.
Oh no, yeah. That's completely fair. Yeah. No, I'm fine with it. Like I have enough players who can rotate in. Just have to play someone like Rafinha against Chelsea, which is like not ideal, but then Jesse Lingard against United would be ideal as well. So yeah, and then the bench boost 3 leads. I kind of just don't see when else I'd be playing my bench boost, to be honest. It's either I play 3 leads against West Ham or I play 3 leads against Chelsea. I think, although West Ham have been good, I still prefer playing it against West Ham. But yeah, it'll give me a little bit of conflict with Dallas and Jesse Lingard, but Dallas is mainly in there for the attacking contributions anyway. And the rest of it, you got Leno and Martinez in goal. I know we talked about Benji, that Suprema rotation.
Mwah.
That rotation is lovely. Hopefully Vestergaard doesn't get absolutely battered against Man City to take away from the bracing clean sheet that he's going to get against Sheffield. And then hopefully Leicester as well can keep a clean sheet, because the double up of the Leicester defence got me a total of 5 points in the double game week. So that was wonderful. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a good time to play your bench boost, mate. It looks a very tasty one, and Leeds, they've got a decent away record as well. They love to score goals away from home. We've seen them score goals against at Anfield, at the King Power Stadium, score at Old Trafford, and so on. They're a really good attacking team, and Rafinha, what a signing he's been for him. Very, very cheap in FPL still. Well, he's 5.4, I think now he's gone up, but he's probably one to get for attacking returns. But Dallas is a lovely player too, because I remember having him early in the season. He was doing well, and then the manager decided to push him to centre mid on off games, and also with Rodrigo out as well. So Dallas is getting that more of those opportunities to play, thrive in that. It looks like that's his strongest position in the team. So
Yeah,
he's a very good player. So it's a nice team, and bench boost. It looks like it's written in the stars. You're probably going to get big green arrow, mate. But then again, it could probably
some sweet 8 points.
probably jinxed in. You're probably only going to get 40 odd points or 50 odd points. But we'll have to see what happens. It's a funny old season, like I was saying to Benji earlier. But yeah, it's good that, mate. So yeah, we've got Steffi as well. Let's bring Steffi's team up. And
Prepare your eyes, boys.
oh my god,
Get your pens, papers.
Talk us through your team, Steffi. We just your team should appear on the stream in a few seconds. But any transfers, mate? Talk us through your team.
Oh yeah, okay. I made 2 transfers. One transfer which Benji was so supportive about, and Benji knows what transfer I'm talking about. For some reason, I transferred Pereira in for short 15 weeks earlier.
He literally did it the second game in. The second game in.
It wasn't even the second; it was the first one.
Oh yeah, no, it was the first one. It was against.
Yeah, it was the first one. Yeah.
Into the first game, he did it.
You know what? Great mind. And I did a rate transfer, which pretty much doesn't pay off ever. I did Barnes to Saka. And basically, every single time when I brought in a player early, that player got injured. So hopefully that doesn't continue with Saka. So basically, those are the 2 transfers that I did. Hopefully there's some sort of differentials. Pereira only 1% owned. Saka is around 8, I believe. And yeah, Bruno's on my bench. I'm really tinkering about Bruno on my bench, and Benji's points, and all of you guys made it quite clear that he's not a big game player, and I can't see him doing anything pretty much except for a penalty, which I'm pretty sure they won't allow it. And yeah, Captain Kane, pretty much. It's quite a brief talk through about my team.
Wow, it's
A bit of differential. Target also, I think we can consider him as a differential, and Rafinha as well. I don't think he's pretty much less than 10% owned. Still, less than 10% owned.
Kane though.
I don't know. I'm still
Confident?
thinking about my captain because I don't see any good captaincy options. I mean.
No, so just saying my question for you, because you're a Chelsea fan, Steffi. I mean, DCL versus Chelsea, looking relatively, solid at the back. I think the Chelsea manager, since he's been appointed Chelsea manager, his team Chelsea have only conceded once in the match. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think DCL could break down Chelsea, or do you think Carlo might pull off a shock, Carlo Ancelotti? Or do you think no?
I don't know. I think DCL could do damage when it comes to headers, but that's just hopeful thinking, It's between Dallas and Dunk, and I don't want to play Dunk because I don't want him interfering with Pereira. Dallas could be a good option. Again, I don't want a triple leads. I don't want my team to depend on triple leads. So I feel like Calvert-Lewin, I want that bit of variety across my team.
Mm-hmm.
And none of my players are playing against each other, which is like the second time this season. So hopefully I could actually achieve something now. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really tricky week. I feel that this is going to be like a really low-scoring week again.
Just because I know you cut off last time, we were talking about the Chelsea-Liverpool game. I just wanted to ask you, because you're a Chelsea fan, what difference, with this new manager now, Tuchel, however I bloody pronounce it, and Frank Lampard, what difference has he, has he given them confidence this new manager, the Chelsea team? What difference is there between him and Lampard? I know there's vast experience, but same players. But what do you think the difference is since this appointment? What have you
I
seen?
feel like they're quite similar, but I feel like Tuchel has like both of them have like really different approaches, even though they look quite alike. I feel like he made a lot of players feel better and play better. Look at like Christensen and Rudiger. Like in the beginning of the season, they were outcasts, and now they played against Liverpool. They played pretty much a 10 out of 10 game. So I was really pleased to see that. But well, honestly, I don't like this type of game. I like the possession thing about. So Tuchel he's like old philosophy football. You know, if you have the ball, they can't score a goal. You know, that's what he really goes for. He brought in a lot of stability. Now, the only worries for me is that he's not really using all of the players, because in the system that he's using right now, there's place for only so much players. You know, when you talk about Havertz, Ziyech, Mount, I mean, those are all players. Even Kovacic, though Kovacic will be a starter under him, he's going to play every single game. I'm really confused how he didn't play against Liverpool, but he did well. So I feel like it's quite a shake-up, because a lot of players thought they're going to play one game, and now under Tuchel they're playing something completely else. So I feel like there's going to be quite fierce competition in the squad. But this squad that he has right now, I feel like that's going to be his like go-to squad. Even I feel like Alonso will start playing even less and less and less and less. I feel like Chilwell and James will somehow in the next 2 or 3 games become like pretty much nailed on. So yeah, but Rudiger is pretty much the most nailed on defender.
Chelsea just looking really solid now. They're just looking like if we just bring the fixtures up, that would be interesting as well.
Yeah, they remind me of Conte, like in that early Conte beginning when Conte was the manager. That it really reminds me of that. So, yeah, it's quite different, you know, when you look at the squad, because pretty much all outcasts. You've got Kovacic, Jorginho, Rudiger, Christensen. All of the players were supposedly bad, and Lampard could not use them. And under different manager, they just shined, and you just realize the depth of our squad is quite good. I think we quite underrated our players. I wasn't a fan of Christensen. I was never a fan. I'm always, when he gets the ball, I'm always afraid he's going to trip over. Even Rudiger as well. When he starts running, I'm just waiting for the moment when he's going to start falling down over the ball. So yeah, I was really pleased.
That's good.
I'll throw my 2 cents in real quick, just real overall, being a non-Chelsea fan. I actually think this is the first time I've seen your midfield dominate a game all season. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Before the United game, you've had really good games where, like, you know, Hudson-Odoi's played well, or Azpilicueta's really, you know, solidified that back line, becoming a leader in that back. But this is the first time I've seen your midfield really control the game. Like, I thought that they really controlled the game against United. Kante was actually, like, back at his best. He was so good.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised about Kante starting.
Like, where's this Jorginho come from? He feels like he's actually, you know, passing properly now. He's defending properly. It's like, I don't know. It's a whole different dynamic in the midfield, and I against United and against Liverpool, it's the first time I've seen your midfield completely.
Yeah, I mean with Kante, I mean N'Golo Kante, I've got nothing else to say. You know how he's a massive player for us, even for Leicester. I mean that's his style of play, and with Jorginho who can pass the balls, actually create attacks out of nothing, they could actually be really solid. But yeah, again, for our attacking way, I don't like our attacking in the last 9 games. Yeah, we conceded 2 or 3, but our attacking has not been that good. And I feel like we've got a lot of work to do on that to incorporate all those players. Our midfield looked well. I thought Kante wouldn't play against Liverpool because against United, he did not play that good, to be honest. For a lot of people say that.
Coming from a fan, right, Steffi? You say about you're scared about your attacking and you know where the goal's going to come from. But speaking from a City fan's perspective, our defense last year was terrible. It's the biggest thing we needed to fix. Start of this year, we brought in Diaz. We fixed it. We fixed our defense. Pep had changed the tactics up, and he had fixed that back four. And at the start of the season, everyone was saying, "Where's the goals coming from? It's only 1-0, 2-0." But the goals will eventually come as soon as you sort that back line out and you get your system right. The goals will start coming, and I think they will start coming for Chelsea. You've sorted that back line out now. They know what they're doing. You will start moving on to being better tactically attacking, and you will get those goals. So I wouldn't worry too much because I see the same process that Pep has done this year already from Tuchel. You know, I'm already seeing that, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, I'm on the same page as you, Benji. Yeah, totally agree with you.
Yeah, so yeah, it's interesting that yeah, so we've done all your teams. I think we've done Jay. So we've done your team, Jay. I think we have. Yeah, we've done your team. Yeah, but like I was just saying, before we move on and look at my team, my disaster for game week season. So when was it, Steffi? When did Tuchel, whatever his bloody name is, when did he sign? I'm like Llama. I pronounce
Ooh,
it.
I don't.
Was it the
ooh.
No, it was the Wolves game, wasn't it?
Wolves, his first game.
Yeah, his first against Wolves.
Yeah, so the only two games he's conceded him are Sheffield United and Southampton. So he's done really well.
Sheffield United was an own goal. So
yeah, but he's done really
As
well.
I said, he made new players against our Christus and Rudiger. I don't know what he gave them to eat, but whatever he gave them, that's a good diet plan. They can continue eating whatever they eat, and yeah.
Really good.
I'm not complaining.
On the ball, though. He's terrible on the ball. Like his first touch is non-existent, but he's a good defender, like a defending defender. He's good.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Every single time when he makes a run, I'm just afraid he's gonna just trip all over the ball.
But I think the biggest thing of your backline is having Azpilicueta at that back.
Yeah.
Like you just need that leader to give the other people confidence. And since you're playing a back three, he's giving Christensen right now that confidence, and he's giving he's giving Rudiger that confidence. He is the leader in that back line, and I felt like that's what Silva sort of brought at the start of the season. Do you remember when Chelsea were getting them defensive returns and Zuma was doing really well with Silva, and they were getting loads of clean sheets, and that was I felt because Silva had that leadership to tell Zuma, not be so rash and hold the line and stuff like that. And it's sort of phased out since Lampard's tactics just don't work in the long run. But now you're seeing it again with Azpilicueta, building that back line and making it solid just because you have a leader at the back. And that's what I felt that with City with Diaz. As soon as you get that leader, you start screaming, shouting, leading the back line, it works.
Yeah, that was my point, because on the beginning of the season, I was really hoping for Lampard to play the back three. So the back three, which Azpilicueta was incorporated in, and James and Chilwell on the wing backs, but Lampard opted for completely something else. And yeah, as you said, that leadership was pretty much non-existent. And Azpilicueta, I'm glad he's back. I think he deserves to play, and I'm glad. And he shows through his play that he's the leader of our team. And
I'm just going to bring up my team now. Just having a look at Mason Mount on SofaScore, some stats. He seems, probably one. He scored against Southampton and Liverpool. But yeah, would you consider him, guys? Maybe as
I'm considering him so much after the Everton game. He's going to be straight in my team. I've got the exact amount of money, even if he goes up. Like, I think I got 0.1 extra, just in case he goes up. But he is so going to be part of my team. I haven't been looking at him enough because I think I've had an agenda against Mason Mount because I feel like people have overhyped him a lot. And I think I've like the last two games, I've really liked how he's been playing. I've really liked his movement, getting in the box, not just the goal, because the goal is important, but his movement, the way he creates it in Tuchel's system, it really works. And I I am excited to bring him in because if you look at Chelsea's fixtures are really good. And I don't know what Steffi thinks about Mason Mount, but for me, he has to be talked about in the Foden, in the Saka conversation. You know, he may be a year older, I believe, than them two, or 2 years older. I don't care. He needs to be in the conversation of young player. He's still eligible for Young Player of the Year and stuff like that. He still needs to be in the conversation with them lot.
Yeah.
And for me, he is a great player. Maybe not as good as Foden because I'm a City fan and I'm biased, but he definitely needs to be in the conversation, 100%.
Cool. I'm just going to bring my team up now for this our final team, and then we'll get to your questions, guys. I've got Pope and goal. I've done a -4 this week. I know I'm going hit crazy. I know, but I'm just having a terrible season, so I couldn't give a crap. The players that I brought in Kane and Lingard. You're probably going to scream when you see the bench in a minute. But you know me, I do. Before, just a bit of a disclaimer, you all know what I do. I do very early transfers, even before the game week finishes. So please don't hate me. I got Lingard and Kane in, and I've taken out DCL. Now, Steffi, you kept DCL. I took DCL out, and I brought in Lingard for, who was it, for Traore. So I've done a -4, so that's all I'm doing. I like the look of Lingard. He's playing in the Black Game Week. I know he's not play. He can't play against Manchester United, but I will probably tinker around my team going up to then as well. So I've got Pope, Stones, Diaz, Cresswell, and then I've got Salah. And keeping the faith, if he does nothing in here, I am thinking of moving him on definitely. I don't know for who yet, but I am thinking of definitely moving him on if he does absolutely nothing against Fulham. I don't expect anything against Fulham. I mean, if we can't beat Brighton, Burnley, West Brom. Can't even beat our neighbours Everton. What chance have we got against Fulham? You know,
And it's at
it's what, Benji?
it's at home as well.
The joke, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to be willing.
It's like we're bloody scared at home. We've got Son, we've got Lingard, we've got Rafinha, I've got Bamford, Antonio, and Kane. Now I think Antonio could have a good game against Leeds. I think because Leeds, you know, a bit shaky defence. I'll show you the bench as well. Yes, I've still got Harvey Barnes on there. Don't ask why, but I said I do. I do early transfer. I know, but I am thinking to get rid of him for a free transfer the week after. I don't know who, but I did screw up there. I did these transfers before that game was played. Okay, I'm on a horrible season already. Be gentle. So we've got Dyer, Alioski on there. So without looking at that horrible bench, if you look at that team, guys, I mean, what do we think about the West Ham game? Do you think triple West Ham or double West Ham is a way to go against Leeds? And also the playing in the blank, too. Do you think? Yeah,
I'm hoping for about a 4-4.
I thought that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? That's what I thought would lead Southampton, but it won Leeds 3-0. What do you think, Steffi and Benji? I mean, do you think triple is a bit too much, triple West Ham, or do you think double is a bit more safe? How do you think of Lingard? What do you think of Lingard? Do you think he's one that we should be all considering?
Well, now he doesn't play for United, I can actually finally say that he's a good player because, honestly, as City fans, we hated him when he used to play for United. He just got that cocky attitude, that United attitude, and I hated him. So I just he was one of my most hated players for United. And I always knew he was good, but I could never say it. Now he's at West Ham, and I know he's only on loan, but now he's playing for West Ham. I can finally say I think he's a good player, and he's always been a decent player. He's never been great. You know, young Jesse Lingard, they always say, even though he's 28. But yeah, he's a good player. What do you think, Steffi?
Yeah, I mean, you said it spot on, Lingard. You know, finally, I think he's relieved of that pressure, and I'm not talking about the pressure to perform, just the pressure generally. You know, the United vibe, as you would say, where I mean, even if you're a good or bad player, somehow you're gonna get criticized. And I feel like he finally got that freedom where he can actually play. And pretty much, yeah, that's I don't know what point I was making here, but basically he's relieved, and I feel like he finally has like the attitude to play and desire to play, and you can see that in him, the energy, just him running around. Because when you look at his runs at United and here at West Ham, there's a completely two different approaches at his game. So he's really a good option. Actually, he's like top 3 of my options right now. If it wasn't for that blank game that he's not playing against United, I would definitely bring him in. But when it comes to the triples, I personally, as a FPL manager, I'm always trying to avoid any triple. Like I rarely did. Every single time when I did a triple, something it failed completely. But I feel like West Ham either could fail totally against West Ham, or they could actually just completely ruin. So I feel like it's gonna be a massive reward, or just like a massive fail for me. Sorry, Penguins. Sorry.
Oh, don't jinx it! Don't jinx it!
Sleep night. Sleep tight.
Thanks, Steffi. Yeah. So.
My squad. It's my squad.
Yeah, so that's my team, guys. I'm just thinking, YOLO, gonna go for it. I'm just think when you look at Salah. I mean, if we talk about Salah just quickly, 12.6 million, 40% owned. It's a really overrated price tag for him now, isn't it? I mean, for somebody like Salah, God, I'm just looking at it now on the screen. I mean, how many games he's blanked in, and like the big gaps and stuff.
He can't score 5 yards.
I just don't know what's wrong with it. And then he got substituted, which was the most stupid thing Klopp could do in the 60-odd minute. I mean, somebody like Firmino should have gone off instead of Salah with that substitution.
I actually think Firmino played better than Salah in that game. I think Klopp made the best possible decision to kick him out. And that attitude when Salah was pissed off when he went off the pitch tells you all. That tells you all.
Yeah.
He's just not.
This is what I'm saying to everybody that I would like us in the summer. I was saying to Lama that we need not a major clear out, but we need to switch things up. We need to scrap this false number 9 and get like a true number 9, like what we had back in the day with Fernando Torres. Suarez kind of shifted there, but he thrived there. But with Bobby, he just tracks back. He helps, gets the play up and running, gets them up the pitch. I think we've been doing like 5 seasons now, and I'm sick of it. I think teams have sussed us out. It's boring, and we need to invest in the summer, especially in that defence too. But I think we need to switch things up in the attack. Question marks over Salah's future. I think he'll stay. I think he's been fantastic, key play for us over the seasons. Help us win the Champions League, win the Premier League. But I think things need to change in the summer. And to be honest with you, if we sold Bobby Firmino, I wouldn't lose any sleep. Because he's been very good. He's been one of those key players for us, Firmino. But he's getting older now. We need to switch things up and just start, terrifying defenses again, and make Anfield a fortress, and just becoming that deadly team again, that deadly attack. So I wouldn't lose any sleep losing Firmino in the summer.
He is shocking.
Penguin.
He can't.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, Firmino is shocking. He goes 1-on-1 and he misses every single 1-on-1. It reminds me of Sterling, but a striker.
Yeah.
He misses every 1-on-1 he gets. He can do the fancy flicks, he can do the tap-ins, but every single 1-on-1, every single good chance that he ever has, he misses it completely. And I don't know. Like you said, you need to fix your.
I really rate Firmino, but the first player that Liverpool needs to get. I mean, Genie, he's going out this summer. It's not even a secret anymore. Like he's just gonna go to the club that offers him the most money. So I feel like that's the first spot that you need to sort of regulate. So Genie's like a CDM, more like a CDM, is he?
Yeah, he's a bit of a CM, yeah. But I mean, for Holland, he plays as a cam. For Holland, he plays as a cam, and he thrives there for Netherlands. Yeah. I mean,
so that's gonna be the first transfer. I feel like you guys need to sort out.
I mean, these players are getting older now. I mean, we need some fresh new faces. I don't know. I think we just need not a major clear out, but we just need to get rid of the players that are just dipping in form now and not looking like what we want going ahead now to the future. So, but yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. We're going to just bring up a few more teams. We've got Sam. Sam's just sent his team in. Thank you, Sam. He does amazing Photoshop videos and GIFs. Really funny. He's in Llama's, Matt Spooner's Discord. Do give him a follow. But this is his team. This is Sam's team. Thank you for sending it in. He's got Martinez, Stones, Captain Diaz against Man United and Southampton. I think there was someone else who was thinking of doing that. Was yeah, that was you. Yeah. Well, I thought that against West Ham and Wolves, mate, but he did score. But this is a tougher. It's going to be interesting, but it's a bold one, but it could pay off. He's got Target, Dallas, Rafinha, Gundogan, Salah, Vardy, and Kane. It's a nice team. I don't know what you guys think. What transfers have you done, Sam, by the way? Do you want to let us know while we talk ahead? We'll start with Steffi. No, Jay. We'll start with Jay because Jay's not said much yet. Jay, what do you think of Sam's team?
Up on screen, yeah, you do. Captain Diaz is a man. I don't know, maybe you know Benji, but will he be playing that second game? Like,
Diaz
more likely
plays,
to than
Diaz.
the rest of them.
He's only missed one game, and that was through illness. He's played 90 minutes every single game this year.
Okay, then I don't mind it. What about Gundogan? Is he gonna play both games?
I don't know anymore. I thought he was. Genuinely thought the system that we play, he must be nailed, but he got benched too. So I guess
And he's had his rest. So
I
it would
feel
make
like
sense.
that was more because of his groin. I don't feel like that groin just went away, completely. So I feel like Pep will still like keep an eye on that. So
yeah, I think maybe he plays too. Yeah, I think De Bruyne plays against United and then doesn't play against Southampton. If you want to know about De Bruyne, that's just my prediction. But I really don't know anymore. I think the only
It's a very
nailed player is Diaz. This is when Pep Roulette comes out. Like at the start, not so much, but this is when Pep Roulette comes out.
There's a lot of premium players in that team. Oh, he's got Fernandes, Salah, Vardy, Kane. I guess
big hitters.
some big hitters. Guess what? Can you see the bench there? Like, what's the bench?
No, it's
looking
not
like?
sent me his bench.
I was gonna say it's probably a stinky bench. With that big. Yeah, I mean like it's good big hit. I'd maybe say like drop one person down just to give yourself a bit more elsewhere. But yeah, other than that, I like the team. The triple up on City will probably pay off nicely against United especially.
Bench for now.
Fernandes for me, just like I'm playing him, I feel like I just have to play him because the way that United get penalties, like how frustrating would it be to bench Fernandes and then United go and get like a shit little VAR penalty and scores it, if you know what I mean. So I don't think I can bench Fernandes, but yeah, a decent team.
Yeah, Sam's just come through and said his bench is useless, so it's pretty similar to mine. But yeah, so have we gone through? Have we got your thoughts, Steffi, or was it Benji? Is it Steffi? Whose thoughts we haven't got?
I was just agreeing to everyone anything said. I was just yeah. Everyone pretty much. I agree. My brain stopped working. Pretty much, yeah. Quite a lot of big hitters. So Sam is keeping the faith in Vardy, Salah, Fernandes, Kane. So yeah, if that pays off, he's gonna pay off magnificently. So
Yeah, he just said. You go on them. Sorry.
No, I just said good luck, Sammy boy.
He said he brought in Diaz and Rafinha. He brought in Rafinha. For Barnes. He said so. Yeah. So it's just say hello to Skulls as well. Faddy, how you doing? Say hello to a few more people. How you all doing, guys? How you doing? How did your Gameweek 26 go? Skulls and Faddy. How did it go, guys? And who are you captaining this Gameweek too? Do let us know. Any Gameweek 27 questions, please do fire them away. But yeah, Sam. It's a nice team. I'll give you my thoughts. Captain Diaz is bold, but I think this time of the season, just go for it. I think Diaz, is more than capable, just like Stones, popping up with a goal every so often from a set piece. I mean, I'll never forget that game against West Ham. I was just sat here thinking, oh my God, I can't believe it. Those two are the best defensive partnerships. I mean, what a sign Diaz has been for you, Benji. He's been a fantastic signing. Credit to Pep and his team for finding someone like him. He's an absolute rock at the back. He really is. But yeah, so that was Sam's team. We're going to have a quickly look at that was our thoughts, Sam. Have a look at Dylan's team now. Dylan, who's an avid viewer of these streams, he's saying here Bruno to Son for a -4 ? And then play Target or Dallas. So this is team on the screen, and so it should appear for you guys in the next 10 seconds. I'll quickly give my thoughts. He's got Bamford on the bench. I'm not even going to be angry about this because Benji was saying it. He said bench Bamford versus Villa, and what does he do? He blanks. But yeah, so he's got McCarthy on the bench, he's got Target on the bench, and Dunk on the bench. It just kind of looked like a nice bench boost, that, to be honest with you. I know you haven't got your bench boost, you've got no chips left by the looks of it. But But yeah, so that's his team. We'll start off with Benji. If you can see his team on stream, what do you think of his team? I'll just tell you what he said again. Bruno to Son for a -4, and then play Target or Dallas. That's his little questions.
Wait, can you repeat? Sorry.
He said Bruno to Son for a -4,
Okay.
and then play Target or Dallas.
I think
Definitely target.
I would play
Target
target.
and yeah, and
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Bruno. Yeah, I would go for that one definitely. Bruno to Son. Sorry.
Okay. Jay, what do you think?
You can hear me, yeah?
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah, I can
great
hear.
point. That's a great point.
Yeah.
That is a great point. And I said it again, Jesus. I'm just gonna keep saying So
I do that a lot.
I'll replace it. So from mine, I'd pick personally one of the transfers. So wait, actually no, it wasn't. He's already made a transfer. I'm assuming because it's a -4.
No. He said he's thinking of doing Bruno to Son for a -4 question mark, and then he said another one, play Target or Dallas. So he's not done anything yet by the sounds of it. So
Oh, but I'm assuming because he just doesn't have one free transfer, that transfer's been made. If you know what I mean.
yeah. So Dylan, do you want to let us know? I'll just have a look now if he has said something.
But yeah, the target over Dallas, yes for me. But Son for Bruno, I just don't think I'd be doing it for -4 to be honest. Just with the well, it is against City. Potential to punish is just like so there. I've said like
You said
I
it
saw
yourself,
people-
right? You said it yourself. United aren't scoring in big games. They're 0-0s constantly. And if that's the case,
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. But I just don't know whether if it was a free transfer, I'd be saying 100% yeah, go for it. You know what I mean?
Just to jump in quickly, sorry, Dylan's just said his transfer he's done already. He's done Barnes to Mount. That was his free transfer.
Good transfer.
So carry on, Jay. Sorry.
Just because it is a -4, it means that Son has to return against Palace. So even if Bruno doesn't return, if Son doesn't as well, then you left yourself in a poor position. Then again, Son's got a Gameweek 29, so that helps down the line. So it's not the worst move either. Just give the flip side, I guess.
I like it seriously, but I think it's a tough one between Target and Dallas because I just love Dallas because of his, the attacking returns he gets, going forward, bombing up the pitch, sometimes playing as a centre mid like I mentioned earlier in the stream. It is a tough one because Wolves are 50-50 at the minute. They're not they're only the goals that are coming from are probably because it is showing that they are missing Jimenez, a lot. Jimenez was that. That striker that got them the goals, and you look at that team now, where's the goals coming from? And you look at Neves getting a goal, or Coutinho in the last few games. Trio, he doesn't really score. Wolves looking, not really like scoring at the minute. They are conceding quite a few goals, but they're not really looking like scoring as such, because they're missing Jimenez. I think Bruno to Son for a -4 is a good move. Go for it, mate. Play Target at Dallas. I personally, it's a tough one. It is a tough one, but I think with extra attacking returns, I would say Dallas, but I do think they're going to concede. So I'm going to play it safe and say Target versus Wolves. I think for the clean sheet, I'd say play it safe there, playing Target. Have we been round it for you, Benji? Have we done you? Got your thoughts
no, I
on
was just
Steffi?
saying the Aston Villa game is at home, at Wolves at home. So, if you want to talk about home advantage,
I mean, I don't really see things as home and away now since this no fans thing. I mean,
you get that comfort. You do get comfort from playing at home. You don't have to take the bus ride there. You don't have to deliberate. You get that comfort of playing in your own stadium still, whether the fans are there or not. For example, United have an amazing away record still, but is that because they don't get to face their home fans? No, it's just because they have a good away record. They like going on the road, and Villa have a very good home record, and that's just probably because they like playing at home and they like their comfort. So,
just have a look. I think someone else has sent me something. Have they sent me? God. Yeah, so that, just sort of say hello to a few people. Nathan again, Sam, Dylan. Just go through, just have a look at what you've got to say, you guys, in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. Have a little score down. Sanan's saying thoughts on KDB triple captain. You're a City fan, Benji. We'll just skim through these. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a bold move? Do you think it's a nice move? Triple captain against United and Southampton. Triple captain KDB, Benji.
I don't know. That's just the simple answer.
Do you think he's nailed on now? Or do you think he's like? Did he start both games at Wolves and West Ham?
Started both games. I doubt he starts both of these games, to be honest.
Okay.
I think he plays against United. I think we need our best squad against United, and that includes De Bruyne. Does he play midweek, though, on the Wednesday fixture against Southampton? I don't know, maybe not. So I think triple captaining any City player this week is very risky. There's going to be a lot of rotation between that United game and the Southampton game. So yeah, I think it might be a bit risky.
Dylan's saying, I've been playing FPL with my head for 26 weeks, but decided to go with Hart this week. Mason Mount is in my team. I think he's one to consider, definitely. Sam saying, I captain Salah, so don't worry, Benji. We both got the exact same points. Have a little scroll down. So Kane captain again this game week or not? I think he's still a good one to go for as captain. Kane versus Palace. We'll go with Steffi. We'll just get through these. What do you think, Steffi? Kane versus Crystal Palace captain. Do you think it's still good?
Yeah, I'm on my Kane's on the armbands on Kane, so I can't see. At least in my squad, it really depends on the squad you have. For me, Kane is just the best option. I could potentially do a differential captain with Saka, but yeah, I feel like Kane could do some damage against Palace. I don't feel like Palace were defensively that good against United. Just United wasn't attacking it. Pretty much, they did not do any good or solid things. So, yeah, I feel like
Kane
Kane
is a monster.
option. Yeah, and against Palace, against that sort of weakened Palace defense, yep, definitely go for Kane.
Someone's saying here, who to transfer in for Barnes? Saka, Lingard, or Traore, the Villa one?
Mount.
Only need them
Mount,
until...
I feel like Mount could do Mount. I would love to see him doing Mount.
Do Mount, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm considering kicking out Bruno for Mount next week
I
against
think
West
the
Brom.
best
So
ones are like, I think he's just named very good people to target. I think it's Mount, Saka, Lingard. I don't know who else he said, but those three for me are like really big good options.
Ismail, how you doing, mate? Somebody's saying Pepe for Barnes. Pepe?
Pepe?
Pepe.
Oh my god. Who?
Who's that? Who
that guy? So
Jones.
I'd say don't do that move, mate. I hope that's.
I mean, you are trusting us, so that's a bit of a risk. I don't know how smart it is to trust us.
Faddy's saying Barnes to Traore this week or next week. I think he's got a good game. I think because he blanked. I think he's just a risky player. I think probably look at players like Mount and stuff. Yeah, I think Traore. I brought him in. It was a terrible move for the double game week. It was worth a punt, but I just think he's. I don't know. Without Grealish as well, I don't think Villa are that attacking. Without Grealish.
Though, but I felt like he should have got a goal. I think do you remember that one that he got like past three players and then he just skies it? Like I feel like he should have placed that in the bottom, left-hand corner. But I don't think he played that bad the two games, honestly. So I wouldn't be too worried if you have him, but I wouldn't be going after him. No.
I have a little scroll here. Skull saying, hey Penguin, how you doing, Skulls? How you doing? Did you transfer out Gundogan? I did that a hell of a long time ago, quite a few weeks ago, probably 50-50 move. Sam saying brought in, he's done that already. Nathan Price, the price is right. Stuck with what to do with transfers wise. He's saying have Johnston. Well, hang on, it's gone up there. Have Johnston, Cancelo, Safal, and Target. His midfield is Salah, Sterling, Gundo, and Souček, and he's got front DCL, Bamford, and Watkins front three. I think you've got 2 free transfers, Nathan, if I believe, because we're in the Instagram group together. I think you've got 2 free transfers, so that's good that you got that, CB. Looking to dodge that -4. And if you guys can see his team in the chat, Nathan Price, you can feel free if you want to help out, give any advice to him. But I think probably Cancelo's still a good one. He's 50-50 with rotation. He's still good with attack and returns. Keep Salah for this game, I could say. I know you were thinking of doing a Sterling to KDB, Nathan, I believe, if I'm correct, but you thought it was a bit of a sideways move. I don't know.
Not sideways.
Do you not think it is?
No. I've got Sterling, and I'm going to keep him for this game week. But if I had the balls to do it, I would definitely do Sterling to De Bruyne. I mean, Sterling's getting consistent 7-6 pointers, but he's just so frustrating to watch. Whereas when you watch De Bruyne, he gets points and he looks amazing. So I don't think it's a sideways move as people think it is. I see more upside in having De Bruyne than Sterling.
Very controversial. I think De Bruyne is overhyped for FPL at the minute.
Hasn't he got like 2 less assists than Fernandes, and he's missed half the season? So I don't think he's that overrated.
See, I mean, like if you look at the points he's been getting that seat, like before he got that injury, everyone was taking him out of their team. So I guess because now all the premiums like aren't playing that well, but I don't kind of understand the massive rush to get him back, considering everyone was like looking to get rid of him when he had that injury.
Yeah, I mean, people got rid of him, I feel like, because of the injury, but I don't think people came out necessarily.
Well, necessarily, yeah, but he wasn't exactly like he wasn't performing particularly great, and then considering as well that like there's a massive risk of rotation now with him.
Disagree. I think before he got injured, he was playing pretty well, and I believe he got an assist, and it was Gameweek 19, and I believe he got an assist in the previous game.
Yeah, for me, I feel like he played quite a lot deeper this year. He wasn't that number 9.
I agree again. He was playing false 9 when we were playing. As a City fan, I can tell you for a fact he was very attacking. He had very high XG stats, and he was getting in the box a lot, and he had so many shots on target. He just wasn't putting them away. I can agree in the last couple of games he's played a little bit deeper, but you can see by the assist he got for Diaz and the amount of times he got people in behind and they fluffed it, i.e. Sterling and Jesus playing awful games. Absolute awful. I don't want Jesus. I know Jesus got the goals, but like Jesus was terrible against Wolves. Before he got the goals, he was awful, and he was non-existent against West Ham. But I don't know what it is with FPL and people saying that De Bruyne is not like you said, De Bruyne is not an asset, but the guy's got 11 assists.
I think he's the best player in the Premier League, like hands down.
That's what my point was the other day, like for that point where he's not an asset. He wasn't playing for 5 or 6 weeks. Yet again, he was in the top 10 midfielders, not even the top 10. I'm talking about top 5, top 7. And he hasn't played. He was absent for 5 or 6 weeks. So if that doesn't tell you enough, he wasn't in perfect form. Yes, we can all agree on that. But him as an asset, he can always offer something. And yeah,
I think yes and no for me. I just don't think he's actually going to offer that much. I mean, I'll be happily prove wrong, but I don't think he's actually going to.
I agree with you. That I say that I agree with you on that one. I don't feel like he will offer, especially for his price tag and when it comes to the points this season. I don't feel he'll do that much like last year, that have that much of an impact. But still, I just hate when people say that he's not even an asset to consider or asset at all. That's what the general public is talking like. And
yeah, I've got Bruno.
Hey,
well, what are you saying?
Say this real quick about De Bruyne.
No worries.
We talk about Fernandes and stuff, but. So yeah, sorry. We talk about Fernandes and stuff, and how well he's doing. Yes, he's getting goals. He has 17 goals on the game, and he's doing amazing in that front. You can talk about penalties or whatever. He's doing really good in the goal scoring, but he only has 1 more assist than De Bruyne. If De Bruyne starts putting away his shots that he's getting on target and his XG that he had before, he'd have the same or close to the amount of goals that that De Bruyne, that Fernandes has, and he already has the same amount of assists, and he's played 7 less games than Fernandes. I think from watching him this season, I still think he's a good asset, and I would disagree heavily that he is a good asset.
Yeah, so just a bit of comparison with Bruno and KDB. We were just talking about, Bruno this season's got 15 goals, 12 assists, while KDB's got 3 goals and 11 assists. But fair enough, KDB's missed quite a few games this season. But I'm like Jay, I'm not really as hyped getting someone like KDB into my team. I honestly don't feel it's that worth it, Nathan, in my opinion, to do Sterling to KDB. I think just keep Sterling. I know he's I think it was you, Benji, saying he's, in front of goal, he's not that great at finishing or something like that. You said it when we're comparing him and Firmino, talking about him and Firmino. Nathan,
I saw someone. Oh, sorry. I was going to say I saw someone do that move the other day, KDB to Sterling from -4, and they netted -10 off the transfer. So it's just as a potential warning sign, but it can go either way.
He got assist to get against West Ham, and that's not even being full fit. He isn't fully fit at that time. I think now he's getting into that fully fitness. And
I could tell you just really.
Look,
I know I'm not saying this is not me. I'm not disregarding him as an FPL asset at all. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I wouldn't go there.
Yeah, I know. I got to defend my guy.
No. It's completely fair enough. It's completely fair.
Non-biased.
If he doesn't miss out them 7 games, he definitely has at least 8 goals and almost 20 assists.
I don't know about that.
He has an assist a game, basically.
But you're saying he has an assist and a goal in every game he misses.
What, 8 games? I reckon he gets maybe 3. I'd say 3 goals and probably 10 assists. He's that good. And
Maybe.
I know that seems like bias or whatever, but you've seen.
Yeah, but the thing is, this City's destructive form where they're destroying everyone and everything, that's actually a good point. That could have happened, but
He had
we'll
10
never
assists.
know. Da-da-da.
10 assists.
But-
games before he got injured. 10 assists, 10 games. Why couldn't he do it after he got injured?
On the reverse point of that, in the other, so he's missed how many games? 8 games. We played 27. So in the other 19 games, he's got. So you're predicting in 8 games he would have got 3 goals and 10 assists, but in the other 19 games he got 3 goals and 11 assists.
No, he got 3 goals and 10 assists.
Quick maps.
Okay, 3 goals and 10 assists. Yeah, so it
13
those-
attacking.
yeah, in 19 games, and you're saying he would in 8 games he would get 3 goals and 10 assists.
Yeah. But did you see
Even
the
De Bruyne is watching this stream nervously, can I do this? What's going on? Do I feel the pressure?
Did you not see the fixtures we were playing? They were the easiest fixtures. They were arguably games that we should have battered 5, 6, 7-0 at times. But we only beat them 1 or 2-0. I genuinely feel like he would have been way more impactful. We would have seen we'd have seen more goals out of the
Isn't
team.
that just how City are playing this season though? They get 1 or 2-0 up, and then you're breezing. That Arsenal game was actually a training ground game. Unless a team scores against them, against Wolves, against West Ham, against Everton, we don't, or against a big side where they need to kind of stop them down. They just sort of breeze past, and they're not. As soon as they get 1 goal, it's that's job done.
I mean, look, we played West Brom, Sheffield United, Burnley. 3 awful teams. We can all read that. Terrible teams. And you're telling me that De Bruyne would not have got, maybe a goal and 3 assists in that game, in those games? At least.
Oh, we're talking single digits now. Or double.
No, in 3 games. In those 3 games alone, he has 5 attacking returns or 4 attacking returns in those games.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 assists.
No, but I'm giving you the fixtures and telling you that he would have had an impact in those games, and he's just amazing. Okay, I'm sorry. And you're telling me he doesn't get attacking returns, and
I'm not telling you he doesn't. I'm just curbing the kind of
I'm gonna
statistics.
be quite humble here. I'm saying De Bruyne will have 25 goals, 26 assists, and probably would play at the goalkeeper position once and even have a clean sheet. So that's my humble of what could have
And
been.
in the Ballon d'Or with his left foot.
Yeah.
So,
Right, okay. Thanks for that, guys. Steffi's saying hashtag non-Benji biased.
yeah,
Nate,
what? Call me biased, but like, I don't.
What?
I don't care. That's just that's just my analysis. Being a City fan or not, the guy is insane, and he brings more to City than any other player.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna say it now. I don't care how Bruno's performing. De Bruyne is the best player for the last 3 or 4 seasons for me. He's the most complete player, even above Salah and above anyone.
You don't equal Thierry Henry's record. Should have broke it, but you know, the FA is absolutely ridiculous and don't know what assists are. For no reason. The guy is amazing.
just to quickly go on to have a look at what Nathan's saying about his team. We were talking about it earlier. We'll get to Faddy's team in a minute. We'll get to your team in a minute, Faddy. But Nathan's saying, good thing to note is that I have 2 free transfers, in hand, and 0.5 million in the bank. I was originally considering Sterling to KDB, myself, and considering other options. Just many ways I could go, but I honestly, in my opinion, I wouldn't go there, mate. I just keep Sterling for now and just see how this goes, because I think there's still going to be rotation. But I think KDB is going to be obviously more nailed on. Maybe Sterling starts one and then bench for the other, like it was.
And I'm really intrigued to see that because of the Champions League fixtures. I'm really just intrigued to see how Pep is going to behave towards KDB.
I am keeping Sterling, by the way. I just want this to be known. It's not biased because I brought him in. Okay, there you go.
No, that's good. That's good. Dylan's saying, what do you think about Son will score? But do you think Son will score 4 more points than Bruno from now to 33? I'll get Bruno back by then. I think Son's just one to have. He's got some nice fixtures. You know, Bale I think is probably helping Spurs out a bit more attacking wise. But I think Bruno, you're always just depending if he gets a penalty. That's why his name's Bruno Fernandes. You know. But yeah, it's just one of those. Faddy's saying here 2. Asking here, can you now rate my team in chat? It's got Martinez, defence is Cancelo, Diaz and Safal. Midfield, Salah, Gundo captain, Son, Rafinha. Attack, vice-captain Kane, Watkins and Bamford. With his bench being Sanchez, Luka Dean, Wan-Bissaka, and then he's thinking Barnes out and Traore in. I don't know you guys, it's in chat, his team. Faddy. We'll have a go with Benji. What do you think of his team? What he's saying? Do you think he needs to make any changes, or do you think he's done the right captain? Because another one now, Captain Gundogan. You're a City fan. What do you think about that? It's not a KDB captain. It's not a Diaz captain. It's a Gundogan captain. Do you think Gundogan's gone a bit quiet since KDB's return? Do you think he'll start being a bit more quiet? He's not going to take penalties again.
Well, didn't he play 10 minutes and got assist? Like,
yeah. There's that, but do you think he's too rotation? I mean, like, do you think he's...
I really reiterate what I said earlier. I don't know anymore. Diaz is like nailed on. The rest, Pep roulette. Just flip a fucking coin at this point. It pisses me off just as much as the rest of you. Even as a City fan, you know, it's even worse for me. So there you go. You can get some comfort in Pep roulette because it's worse for me being a City fan watching this. You know, Pep roulette and worrying and all that. So, yeah, I don't know, but Gundo captain could be good. Yeah.
I mean, what's everyone's thoughts? We'll go to Steffi. What do you think about Bamford? Do you think Bamford is one to keep for this game, or do you think, well, you know, if he blanks in this game again, probably get rid of him? He is playing the blank game week.
I feel like that's my main incentive for him to keep him is that double game week. I mean, any Leeds player, because the easiest players would be to do Rafinha to, for example, mount a Bamford to someone, but that blank game week really I don't want to risk having this player, not having any players. So at least for now, for me, just because of that blank, I'm gonna keep him. If I don't know if I'm gonna play him next week against Chelsea, but I'm gonna keep him till 29, and probably after 29, looking at the fixtures, I might slowly start getting rid of some of these players, such as Rafinha or even Dallas.
Just give my thoughts, Faddy, on before we get to Jay. About Traore, and I just think that's a bit didn't work out for me. I mean, Wolves, conceding the goals and stuff, but I think without Grealish, they don't look that attacking. Well, they're attacking, but without Grealish, the workhorse in that team, I think you could probably look at someone better than Traore for Barnes out. I'll ask Jay. What's your thoughts on Watkins? I know he's got a blank game week. This season he's been 50-50. He's not been as consistent, not been like really thrived there, is he?
I still think he's a for his price. Ollie Watkins, I still think is very, very, very decent option. Grealish, I've seen some stuff that I think he's not going to be back for this game, but he'll be back for the one after that. So, yeah, Grealish will come back soon, and then Watkins will be going good. He's also got that double game week just kind of in the bank with the game week 29. I just think like having a player who has those kind of fixtures is just really nice to have, because you're going to want, like, when the blank game week rolls around, you're going to want blank game week players, and when that double game week rolls around against Everton, you're going to want at least like one or two Aston Villa players, I'd say. Obviously depending on like who's the other fixture, but either way, you're probably still going to want a double game week player. So I like Watkins, and picked up an assist. I mean, I didn't really watch him in the game, but seeing them lose to Sheffield was a bit just like, what's going on? I like Watkins.
Just do quick fire of Instagram questions. Only two. We got only put it on about 20 minutes before went live. Somebody's saying Gundo or KDB, probably just to bring in or something like that. I'd say KDB. If you've got the money for that.
I'm actually complete opposite. I feel like Gundo at 6 million is a must.
Just save money, I know.
I'm Gundo as well.
I mean, if you don't have, depends. If he already has Gundo, then and if he has the money, you go for KDB. But if you don't have Gundo and you're picking between them two boys, definitely Gundo. It's a must at this point. I mean, what play you're saving 6 million and you got a player that could easily score 2 goals a game. So,
but it's like Jay was saying. That you were saying like too much hype, for KDB. Was it you or you were saying too much hype?
Yeah.
I know it saves money, but it just depends now how KDB does now. Does he come back and starts? I just think it looks tasty, that double game week, and he looks relatively nailed on. I just think Gundogan's going to go quiet games. Now. That's my opinion. It saves money, but I think is Gundogan going to go quiet? He's not taking penalties by the looks of it. God knows who's taking penalties at the minute. Is it Rodrigo? Is it Aguero? I mean, it looks like they're just KDB. Everyone's
now it's KDB.
Edison.
It'll be KDB. KDB's the man.
KDB's the man. Yeah, he's the one
that
that
takes conversation.
And here in the stream, we've got FPL De Bruyne. How are you doing, FPL De Bruyne?
Shut up. I'm joking.
Hello, boys. Hello. What you been saying about me? Go on. What are you saying?
Don't worry, guys. I was just trolling, but yeah, they're both good. They're both great. Just go with your heart. There you go.
Well, this is a good one. This is the last one. Someone's put in the Instagram one. Salah or Maja, because we've got Liverpool versus Fulham. Fulham, I think, could get some from this game. I have no confidence, as you know. And but Salah or Maja, I mean, who do you think is going to do better in that game? I mean, Maja's done 50-50 since he started, starting the games for Fulham. I don't know what you guys think. Do you prefer Salah or Maja?
No.
It's what, Benji? Sorry.
Fulham are going to beat you 7-0.
Oh, thanks for that. Thank you. Thanks,
just
mate.
Prepared for that.
Yeah, I'm prepared for the worst, mate. I'm prepared. Don't worry. We'll get Jay's quickly. What do you think, mate?
It's got to be Salah. Like, I wouldn't necessarily have a mass amount of confidence to captain the geezer, but playing him, I just think it has to be Salah. Do you agree, Steffi, with Jay?
Yeah, I agree. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. Steffi.
Okay, Steffi.
Oh, he's gone again.
The silence means yes. He doesn't even have to say.
He just said, "Is that really a question, Penguin? Is that really a question?"
Question, Jay, real quick. Would you rather play Fernandez this week or Salah this week? Based off of form, not fixtures.
Interesting. I like it.
But I feel like so if the fixtures weren't like a thing, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if take out the fixtures and everything.
Okay, out of the two, I'd play Bruno.
Playing at the moment.
If it was just solely based on the form and not the two fixtures they have, it would be Bruno. But I think the fixtures do. The fixtures do play a big part. So.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm just looking quickly at my league, FPL Penguin League, and I've got...
It would probably be like a 60-40 Salah Bruno, like including the fixtures, but other way around, it would be like an 80-20 Bruno.
Yeah, watch them both
side.
blank, and we're like sitting in like, okay, yeah, all right, we know so much.
Right, I don't know what's happened to Steffi, but we'll see if he comes back in the next few minutes. Just looking at this guy's team, he's top of the FPL Penguin League. I don't really show this in the streams, I'm going to show it more often, but he's absolutely cruising. He's got 1,814 points in total, and he's ranked about near enough 1,000, exactly 1,000 overall. He's absolutely on fire. He got 102 points. So big shout to Neil. I thought I'd show you team, mate. You're thriving this season. First in my league, and he triple captain Salah. Didn't do particularly well. He blanked, didn't he, in both of them. So wrong triple cap, but still, mate. You know, he did a -8, and he's like 1,000 overall. So big thing. Like, I wish I was up there, but I'm about nearly 2 million below you, mate. But you know, all these people here, shout to these guys. You can see here, John recognised as well. There's quite a few people I recognise. FPL King, I think that's him. But there's a few people, so shout to these guys in my league. Any more people saying here? Dylan's saying, what is JBT doing with Leicester defenders? I'm planning to do Castagna to Dean in 28 if they have a double. So what you doing with your Leicester defenders, Jay?
Leicester boys, eh? Pereira's just he's gonna hang about for a while. I feel like he's got some holes in him. So like, I brought him in. He's not had like a good couple games, but he's got good fixtures, still 35. So Pereira's hanging about. Soyuncu was a mistake, and that's basically that. I will be playing him for the next 2 game weeks, and then probably looking to take him out 29 or 30, either in 29 for an Arsenal like a Bellerin, or 30 for someone like a Rudiger, one of the Wolves guys, just someone from there. But I think for me, gonna hang about for a while at least.
Okay. So I think we'll wrap things up there, guys. I've really enjoyed this stream. It's been good once again. I want to just say to everybody, if you want to, guys, anyone watching, please do give the stream a like. Really does help out the channel and the stream. And also, please do subscribe. Please share this stream on Facebook and Twitter, all over the place with your mates. And but I want to thank my guests. Steffi, wherever he's disappeared to, do give him a follow. Steffi on Twitter, Steffi FPL, I think his name is. Also, just let Jay and Benji plug themselves in. Benji, where can we find you, bro? Where can we find you?
I'm on Twitter, FPL Benji, but you'll just see me gloating about City fixtures and City, so there's no point in following me.
Jay, where can we find you, mate?
Really bigged yourself up there. Just JABT on all the good platforms.
Yeah, definitely, guys. JBT FPL on YouTube. He does streams like myself with his mates, so do check him out. He's been pumping out that content. I've been watching it, mate. Last few weeks, you've been pumping it out. It's some good videos, mate. Do give them a watch, guys. But thank you, everyone that's been watching. And we shall see you guys in the next stream. And have a great Gameweek 27 too. See you later. Bye bye.
like LeBron, or like Lonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do. Baby, please think it through. Drink it up, enjoy the view. MVP, got my crew, Nike on my shoes. Might be sipping booze, slightly feeling loose. If I want it, then I have it. Got an ice wrist, causing damage, just like I planned it. I'll be damn rich. Have a chef in the back, make a sandwich. Oh, she got it all, I just want it all, baby, we could ball, you just gotta fall, I could be your man, and paying for your tan, and I'm your biggest fan, and you said this your jam, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm living up life like a baller. I'm living like white, like I'm Walter. She always told me I never call her. Oh yeah, I'm living this life like I roll up in a coupe, up in a Chevy. I'ma hit it in the back if she let me. And take your time, baby, getting ready. I want you looking fine or looking sexy. Yeah, I be turning up. Got no ID, but she cute as fuck. So I told her she could kick it, but I said she couldn't touch. Now all she wants to do is kiss and hug. I could go all day, I'ma do my thing. I'ma stay ballin', like it's my driveway. I'ma go all in, party like Friday. I'ma take this day, turn it to my day. Oh, she love me, sipping bubbly, champagne, cocaine, kiss and hug me. It ain't nothing, dropping money. Okay, all day, getting lucky. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm living up life like a baller. I'm living like white, like I'm Walter. She always told me I never call her. Oh yeah, I'm living this life like a baller. Yeah, you can catch me in the studio. Yeah, and you'll hear me on the radio. Yeah, you'll hear me through your stereo. Yeah, while I'm looking for my cameo. Yeah, she's texting me, ooh, wanna get at me, ooh.